Hi guys, it's me, Skyler Capri, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be sort of like an FAQ / tips and tricks so that you are able to get everything that you want from the Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale and do it with the least amount of stress as possible. So without further ado, let's hop right on into the video. So the first frequently asked question that I've gotten a lot is, when does the sale start? So the sale starts both online and in stores on June 1st. Definitely mark your calendars. Usually the first day is when they have some of the lower prices. The rumors going around are that on the first day, everything's going to be $3.95. So if you can get in the first day, I would highly recommend that. But the sale starts on June 1st and usually runs until they've pretty much run out of product. That usually is around mid-July. I remember last year it was kind of drawn out and went on until like July 15th. And then they really brought in like fall and Halloween like the next 2 weeks. So that's really a timeline for when the sale starts and ends. Moving on into the pricing, I've done a whole video about pricing and budgeting, but I highly recommend going in with a budget. It makes it a lot less overwhelming and stressful if you know, okay, according to my budget, I can only buy 3 things. Then you can go in, pick your 3 things, and then leave without trying to do the math in the store, pulling out your phone calculator and trying to do all the math and, okay, well, what does this cost? Definitely recommend budgeting beforehand because it's not only going to save you time, but it's also going to give you a less stressful experience if you already know, okay, I've allotted that I can get myself 3 products. Next would be not only knowing how much you want to spend, but also being familiar with the types of scents that are coming. I've done a whole video on all the scents that are coming to Bath & Body Works for that semi-annual sale, including like the scent notes and scent breakdowns. I think this is really important because rather than having to open up everything and smell everything throughout the store, you can go in knowing, cucumber melon really isn't my thing. I don't really like those types of scents. Let's go right to the Block Party collection, or let's go right to the Around the World collection and sort of save time that way. Not only will that help you get out of the store faster, it will be less overwhelming, but if you know that you only can pick out 3 scents, it's a lot less of like a variety and you're narrowed down to maybe 5 scents rather than 15. So that would definitely be something I'm definitely using and going in with a budget and knowing what scents are available. The next sort of tip or trick is really to look at the online versus in-store. Sometimes in-store has a lot of options that aren't on the online version, and sometimes it's flip-flopped. So this year, I know that something really exciting in terms of the Halloween collection, the vampire blood and the laundry detergent is evidently supposed to make an appearance at the sale. However, that one most likely won't be an in-store product just because that really wasn't launched in full force in store. That's going to be something more in the online sort of interface. So if you're looking for a product that might not be necessarily super popular, they didn't make a bunch of them, or at your store you really didn't see it, I would recommend looking for those types of things online and really reserving your store for, okay, I know they're going to have the Block Party collection and the Around the World because every store is going to be carrying that. So more of something like that so that you can, again, save time in store. Online, it doesn't really matter, but in store, saving time because the lines get really long, so that might be something to keep in mind. The next tip or trick is really about the timing in the day that you go to the store. I know a lot of people aren't able to go to the store first thing in the morning. A lot of people use lunchtime to go to the store, so what time should you really go to the store? This sort of depends on your location. Some stores are just going to be busier than others because they're in malls. However, that is something I'd like to talk about, so we'll kind of segue from time and into location. I've noticed that the mall stores are so much more crowded than individual like standalone stores. So if you know that you have 2 Bath & Body Works or a couple Bath & Body Works that are close enough to your house where it's not like, or your apartment where it's not like too far of a drive or inconvenient for you, I would definitely recommend trying to go to a standalone store because the only people that are going to be wandering into that one are the ones that are just around the shopping complex. You're not going to be competing with everybody walking in the mall who happens to see huge 75% off sale signs and is just going to go in regardless of if they are actually buying something or not. So would recommend going into standalone stores. In terms of the timing, obviously the first stretch of the day is probably a good idea. However, I noticed that Bath & Body Works gets really busy around that early afternoon time, so anywhere 11 to 2, and it's really not that busy at like dinner time because a lot of people are eating dinner. So that might be something to consider. Maybe instead of going from 12 to 2, going from like 4 to 6. A lot of people are getting off work and they just want to go home, or a lot of people already went there earlier in the day and are eating dinner. So that might be a good time for you to go and sort of kind of have the peace and quiet in the store that you wouldn't get at the typical lunch rush or when everybody's in there. The next tip I have is really to focus on what you want in the store when it comes to sale items versus non-sale items. The Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale time is probably not going to be the time to restock on signature collections, meaning the collection that is always available, or like hand soaps and wallflowers. Wait for those individual day sales. They're not going to be usually around the semi-annual sale. Semi-annual sale is really catered towards the body care and some candles. So if you know that you want to get soaps or wallflowers, hold off if you can. If you can't, go ahead and buy them. Hold off if you can, because as semi-annual sales sort of drags out and goes along, then they'll start doing the sales for, you know, soaps for $3.95 or wallflower refills for $5, something like that. I don't think that's a good sale with the wallflowers one. I don't really buy wallflowers, so don't take that as like a good sale, but something like that. So I would definitely use semi-annual sale as a time to focus completely on body care, and then as that sort of draws on, going into maybe laundry or hair care or sort of the other things that are room sprays that won't be on sale, because those will be the items in the summertime that they'll need to discount to sort of get out and move the stuff in for the fall time. The next tip or trick I have, which I sort of touched on in my wish list video, focus on transition scents. So many times the Bath & Body Works summer semi-annual sale only focuses on summer scents. However, this one is different in that they have a great variety of scents. Wild Madagascar Vanilla, perfect transition scent for August, September, going into fall. It's not going to be like Watermelon Lemonade, which unless it's like your favorite scent, and if you want to wear it year round, you do it. However, for me, that is just a June, July scent. I know I'm not going to wear it, you know, so I'm not going to buy 5 and kind of hold on to them and wait every single summer for it to cycle back through. So definitely focus on transition scents if you're looking for, okay, I want to only buy things during the sales. How do I make it stretch? Another thing I would recommend is Paris Amour. Paris Amour is a really nice, it's on the perfumier side. It is a really super great. It's a really great floral. I remember that. I'm a huge fan of that one. I remember that one from years ago, and that one is perfect for the springtime if it's up your alley. So definitely look at those transition scents. Don't just think for June and July. Think for what can I wear in fall or what can I wear in spring, because there's not really going to be a bigger sale or a big enough sale that's going to have these prices in the fall or the spring, unfortunately. So those are just a couple of tips and tricks and easy FAQs. I hope you guys helped this. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or are just excited about the sale, I'd love to hear you all in the comments. I always try and respond. I love hearing what you guys' favorite scents are, or if you hate a scent, or really anything about it. It's just super fun and exciting for me to respond to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you all in my next video, and happy shopping. Bye guys.